usted aquí. El show Olo Taola se siente muy, muy, muy agradecido.
Pleasure being with you today in this show. Otaola is pleased and honored to be here.
Thank you. It's my honor.
Tengo unas preguntas para usted. Me gustaría saber si usted siente que la influencia que sale de Cuba, del socialismo y el comunismo, están afectando estas elecciones y seguirán afectando el continente.
Do you feel that the socialism that's coming out of Cuba is affecting also the United States and potentially even trying to affect the election here in the United States?
So it's a very interesting question because, as you know, I've taken a very tough stand on Cuba. In fact, they gave me the Bay of Pigs Award 2 weeks ago. I got it twice. But I've taken a very tough stand on Cuba and Castro and everything that's represented. President Obama gave it away and I ended it. It could very well have an impact because when you see this radical thinking, it's a very similar thinking to what they've done over the years in Cuba.
Presidente, otra cosa es importante para nosotros, para nuestra comunidad. ¿Siente usted que será el presidente norteamericano que dejará el legado de haber acabado con el socialismo y el comunismo en todo el hemisferio?
Fourth question, do you feel like you're going to be the president who finally liberates this hemisphere from these dictatorships, communism, and socialism in this hemisphere?
Well, not only do I, but you do, and so do other friends of mine, Hispanic Americans, Hispanics, Latinos. I love them all. You know, I always say, what do you like best? They don't even know what to tell me. They'll take anything. They just want to be free. And we've been friends for a long time, and you feel it, and I feel it. And I'm dealing with great people that really understand what's going on, including our congressman. And I will say, we are going to have freedom. And people, Cuban Americans, are very happy with Trump. I think I'm polling at 95% because they know that this is going to happen. And they know that Biden and Obama gave everything away. That deal was so bad. One of the first things I did when I came is I ended that deal, that crazy, unsafe, terrible deal that they made with Cuba that was going to make Cuba rich, this regime rich. Now this regime is very, very poor, and good things are going to happen for the people here and unifying and freedom on Cuba. And also Nicaragua. Nicaragua is you know, got some real problem, and Venezuela. And Venezuela we're working on very hard too. Venezuela and Cuba are very much related because Cuba's got a lot of people over in Venezuela for the oil. But even that we've put a big end to. No, great things are going to happen on all three.
Un mensaje para los cubanos americanos y para los latinos en estas elecciones.
A message for the Cuban Americans and all the Latinos for this election.
More than anything else I can say, we've got your back. It's all going to work out. You're going to have freedom. You're going to have freedom from where you came, and you're going to be going back and forth, and you're going to have a different regime. That's not going to be a regime over there. You're going to have something like nobody ever dreamt possible. And look at what we've done with Israel. Look at what we've done with so many other places. If you look at Kosovo and Serbia, they were fighting for years and years, decades, and I worked that out. And I think Cuba is going to be one of my greatest triumphs. It's going to be great. And Venezuela, too, and Nicaragua.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a great honor. You have a great reputation.
Thank you. Tengo un pedido, un último pedido, algo que quiero, por favor, solicitarle. En nuestro programa hemos preparado la lista roja, una lista de personalidades y celebridades vinculadas a la dictadura cubana que entran a Estados Unidos con visa. ¿Podríamos enviárselas para que revisen a estas personas, a estos visados?
He's been able to put together a list of folks who are in the United States,
right,
who have very close ties with the regime.
Good.
And so he was hoping that, and wondering if you could get it to you so you could have your folks look at
I
that
would.
and see if some of those folks potentially should not be getting U.S. visas if they're in essence part of the regime.
So these are people that you don't want to have.
Correct.
I'd like to, if you give me the list, yeah, that's okay with me.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Let's
President.
get it to Mario and I'll take it, okay? He has immediate access. You do too.
Thank you.
You get it to Mario, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are the man. Thank you.
Done. We'll get it done.
Thank you.
We don't just talk, we get things done, like you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you, Mario.
Mr. President, good to see you, sir.
Thank you, everybody. Very good.
Gracias.
God bless you, Mr. President. Whoa, wait a minute, I forgot to call myself. Wow. excuse me for this one. Well, I'm sorry about this one. I forgot to call myself. I'm very sorry. What happened is during the morning, before I web stream, I use my earphones and it kind of messes up my hair a little bit. And I didn't realize that I needed to comb myself, so I'm very sorry for that, my appearance. Let me say before I start, okay, if well, I'm going to keep on talking here and I'm going to make a mistake. Good morning to all my fellow Americans. Good morning to all veterans of the DAV, for which I am a member, Chapter 11, and veterans of all organizations. And don't forget those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in order to keep our country free, which the now CPUSA, which still calls themselves the Democrat Party, wants to destroy. And they are, and I got proof here, and I'm going to read it to you. First of all, Florida, don't forget to vote for Maria Elvira Salazar for Congress. And Donald Trump, let's see if we can freeze the accounts of the communists in Cuba and pass it on to the hands of Jose Daniel Ferrer Garcia as temporary president until there's free elections again. Without communism, without Islamism, without Nazism, and without fascism. Okay? It doesn't make sense to develop a democracy with terrorists who wants to destroy it internally. And that's what they're trying to do in the United States. And I'm going to prove it. Kamala Harris, this is out of Jihad Watch. I want you to go there. You don't have to go to my blog. I've had it in my blog. I pledge allegiance to the flag, but you can go directly to Jihad Watch if you don't believe what I'm saying. She's getting advice from Hamas. We're from CARE, which is linked to Hamas, a terrorist organization. And I'm going to prove it more if they're terrorists. Not recently, I think just a couple of days ago, a man named Samuel Paty from France. I don't know if he's American or what nationality he is, or maybe he's from England. The guy is a teacher. He was decapitated by a Muslim. Why? Because according to the Muslims, he insulted Mohammed, their religion, by just expressing himself. You can't express yourself under an Islamic state because you're dead, period. You can just kiss your behind goodbye because you're not going to last long. That's it. And these are the kind of people Kamala Harris is negotiating advices. Why? Not necessarily that. They also receive money under the table. And that's what she wants. She's not interested in you, the American people. She's not interested in the Constitution and our rights. She's interested in the money she can gain because she's not a Muslim, according to what I know. She's just an evil, fiendish, corrupt politician. That's what she is. That's what she is. Oh, and a communist who wants power, permanent power, which will destroy you forever. Together with Joe Biden, who's another one. All of them have turned communist. It's no longer the Democrat Party. Let me go to the next. I usually don't post videos in Spanish, but this one was in Spanish English. The guy that it was interviewing Donald Trump, his name is Otaola. And there was Mario Diaz-Balart who was translating what he was saying. And you already heard Donald Trump. If there's a man who's going to stop communism in its track and get them out of these countries where they're installed, damaging and destroying them, is President Trump. Joe Biden, believe me, Joe Biden will do it. Joe Biden was under Barry Soetoro. You know who Barry Soetoro was? Barack Hussein Obama. He was a vice president. So you can figure that one out, what I'm talking about, if it's true or not true. That's the kind of people you got. Joe Biden is a fiend from hell. He's a degenerate, corrupt politician to the core. He is only interested in robbing, and looting from other countries, any money he can squeeze out of them by means of threat, just like he did with Ukraine, with his son. Both of them are just the same, cut on the same, from the same tree, the branch from the same tree. Okay, let me try to go another one, man. I just don't want to take too much time here speaking. So be careful who you vote for in this elections. Let me see if I got another one here. Okay, I'm gonna put this one, then I'm gonna go with the last one to show you what's a true patriotic, loving American people is, what Trump is. He's a person who loves this country from the heart. So let me go with this one, and then I'm going to go with the last one, which we see Trump calling an ill person. Yeah, I think I got the time. Well, I'm
This
gonna
next report is
I'm gonna put
heartbreaking.
this one too.
Seniors
It lasts a little bit too long, so I'm just
outside
gonna
of the
put a little
Colorado
piece.
nursing home. The signs they're holding up are just so sad. We're going to show you in a moment. Before I do, if you're watching for the first time, please do make sure you hit the red subscribe button and you turn on your notifications so we can bring you real news and opinion every day. John Brown at the Daily Wire reports a group of long-term care residents at a nursing home in Greeley, Colorado protested outside their residence last week in opposition to lingering state lockdown restrictions that keep them from having physical contacts with their loved ones. I'd rather die from COVID than from loneliness. How sad is that? That is really sad. Approximately 20 residents, many in wheelchairs, gathered outside Fair Acres Manor on Thursday, according to CBS 4 Denver. Some of the handwritten signs said, "Prisoners in our own home, give us freedom." One resident sign stated simply she'd rather die from COVID-19 than from loneliness. The Fair Acres Resident Council organized the event, according to CBS 4, and let's take a look at that local news report.
Residents at a healthcare facility say staying healthy during this time should include mental health. They held this protest in Greeley. 20 people gathered outside Fair Acres Manor, some in wheelchairs. They held signs saying, "Rather die from COVID than loneliness." They're upset with COVID restrictions that are put in place by the state health department. Residents can see visitors, but they have to stay 6 feet apart and they can't have any physical contact.
Political. They say here that a day after the protest, Democrat Colorado Governor Jared Polis said in a statement, quote, "We absolutely understand how difficult it has been for residents of residential care facilities and their families. Social interaction is essential to physical and mental health. So we have provided guidance to residential care facilities that allows for that interaction while also keeping residents safe from COVID-19. Restrictions have been in place previously, but residents are now able to visit loved ones both indoors and outdoors. In addition, we are doing everything possible to help long-term care facilities mitigate and prevent the spread of COVID by working directly with facilities on proper infection control practices that have been proven to slow the spread of COVID."
Okay, let me stop here.
It's just absolutely
I
heartbreaking.
think you just heard enough of what he's
Years ago, I
explaining.
used to work.
I'm gonna go with this last video. I just want to show you what kind of a heart this great president of ours has towards the people. Not only the whole nation, but individually. You know, he worries about us. He cares about us. He truly loves this country. Donald Trump and Mike Pence, I always pray for you and your family. God bless you eternally. I mean, eternally. God bless you, my friend. You're the greatest. And God bless our country eternally. And I stand with God and Israel eternally. So I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully tomorrow, Monday, if God permits. And I'm going to go with this last video. God bless you all, and bye-bye.
That's pretty crazy. Did I just talk to the President of the United States on the phone?
President Donald Trump for you.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Hold on 1 minute.
All right, sounds good.
The man can't even believe what just happened to him.
Holy Christ, what do I get to...
All right, Jay. You look
Hey.
handsome to me. I just saw a picture of you.
No, you're giving me kind honors. look like.
How are you doing? How's it going, Jay?
It's going, you know what I mean?
You're a champ. You're gonna
That's-
fight it, right? You just fight it?
It's what the Irish do, right?
Yeah, that's what the Irish do. You better believe it.
Yeah.
You look good. I wish you could come to a rally. I wish you could come. I know you like that stuff, and I wish you could.
Well, listen, hey,
It sounds like you have a great sister, Jay.
well, you know, like we have civil and rivalries, fights, you know, whatever it is. But hey, listen, if you could pencil me in, I'll find a way to get there.
I'll tell you what, when I'm up around that territory, and I know where you live, I know it well.
Yeah.
Up around that territory where you'll be sitting front row center, Jay.
All right, well, I plan on coming down to D.C. between now and my expiration date. So, whatever. Either way.
Don't even talk about expiration dates.
Oh, no, I'm not. No.
You'll be surprised, you know, and I know my people. You're gonna be surprised. I just sent you a little note too. I wrote out a little note. So, I guess we sent it to your sister or whatever, but you'll get that. But I read a beautiful story about you, and I just said I want to call that man. That's my kind of guy.
Yeah. Mr. President, I through thick and thin, you know, there's been a lot of thicks.
Right,
There's been a lot of thins.
right.
I support you.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. We love you, Jay. We love you, man. And that's really beautiful. What you just said is, I won't forget it. I won't forget it. And what we'll do is, you just hang tough. A lot of good things are happening, too. Don't kid yourself. A lot of good things are happening in terms of the medical stuff.
Yeah.
So you just hang tough. You're gonna surprise. We'll be talking in 10 years from now, I hope, too.
Oh, like I said, you know, I plan on voting for you in 2020, so.
You better vote for me in 220, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Vote for me, I'm gonna be upset with you.
No, I'll make sure I do that, you know? God permitting and.
We'll be in touch. We're sending you a little note, but we'll be in touch.
Okay.
And thank your sister. And if
I
we
will.
do anything up there, I want to get you over there. I'll get you up to that rally. I'll have you right in the center, right smack in the middle. You're my
All right.
kind of guy. You're my kind of man, Jay.
Yeah. I try to be.
Kind of man. And
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. And say hello to your family and sister and everybody. And I'll talk to you again, Jay, okay?
All right, thank you very much.
You keep that fight going. We both fight, okay? You keep that going, okay?
I will do my end. Thank you for calling and
It's an honor.
thank you. No, it's an honor for me too as well.